It's upgrade time. No, I'm not talking about the setup that I use. I'm talking about racing license on WSS. Over the last few weeks, we've been working really hard to get that 20 safety rating. And over the weekend, we managed to get there. Now there are 20 safety rating, we are able to take our test. And that involves us taking the Lamborghini Hurricane around the Belgium Grand Prix circuit, also known as Spa. Whilst I haven't driven this track outside of an F1 car before, I know the track pretty well. So I'm hoping that my experience will come into play when we're trying to get those consistent laps and smash that overall average lap time. How will we get on in this challenge? Let's jump into the video and find out. All right, so here we are on the license page for WSS, and yeah, we can jump into our license test here. Like I said, we're going to be driving the Lamborghini Hurricane GT3 around Spa in Belgium. Very nice track, very long track, so it's all about keeping it hooked up throughout the duration of the lap. The target here is 3 consecutive laps, only 3 this time, with a lower time than a 2:20.999. So effectively under a 2:21 for 3 consecutive laps. Anyway, let's jump into the event. We'll have a few practice laps first, and yeah, we'll see how we can go. Okay, so like an absolute idiot, I didn't unpause my recording. So I've been practicing here for 32 minutes almost, and none of the footage has been captured, which I'm really upset about. What can I say about this car on this track? This car is interesting compared to the MX5 that I have been driving. I've really been on a bit of a journey for the last half an hour trying to really get settled with this car. And it's taken me 25 minutes to actually get a clean lap in. So much I've been pushing. But we're starting to get there now. There's just a few little bits that I need to continue to work on. But my entry and exit speeds appear to be getting quicker. Our fastest lap at the moment is still shy of what we need for our average time, unfortunately. So we need to find about 6/10 off the fastest lap we've done so far. But it's coming to us. It's been a massive learning curve with this car and this track. Obviously, I don't know where track limits are, so it's like on my push laps when I'm not invalidating, I'm trying to work out how far I can actually push the car. But it's been good. It's been a journey. I'm pleased with the progression. We just now need to keep it a little bit more consistent for 3 consecutive laps at least, while also going a bit quicker as well. I need to... Okay, so there, I need to like balance out the throttle or something. I've got... Yeah, the back end's maybe come off the brake a little bit earlier. I don't know, coasting. Anyway. Here we go, first lap in this block of laps. Could have crossed the apex as much as I can. Could have probably turned in a little bit tighter, but down towards Eau Rouge and Raidillon, which I've been struggling with, but I feel like I've now worked out what I need to do. Just let off here, turn in, and get back on the power. I'm using a lot of curbs. Down the Kennel Straight. Brake slightly before the curbing. Down to third, turn in. Try and keep it tight on the second corner so we can wash back out. I scrub off enough speed there, unfortunately. Miles off the apex. This corner's tricky. You want to get on. You feel like you want to get on the power, but you got to wait and wait and wait and wait, and then you get on the power. Didn't want to shift up to 5th there. It didn't seem pointless because I want to take this corner in 4th. So slow on the first part of the corner, but fast out. Normally takes in 3rd. Let's experiment in 4th. 3rd is definitely the gear. I just didn't get any rotation there at all. So into sector 3. Which is all about fast corners. Lift off slightly because I was worried I was going to go outside of the track there on the left. And now I'm already thinking about braking and turning in for the bus stop. We've invalidated. The shift down actually helps with rotation there, so I might start going up to 5th there. Try and get a bit of better rotation. Wow, 2 consecutive laps, but we're still not got enough time. Still need to find more. That fastest lap, but not fast enough. Got a lot wider out of there. I'm not taking enough curb. Too much speed, that's going to invalidate. This is tough. This is tough. That was under the threshold as well. Problem is now, my fuel's getting low, so... Alright, well. Let's box. Refuel. Go again. I think I've had an epiphany. I've been driving this car like the MX5. And I've been blipping the throttle on shift down. This car doesn't need it, and it feels a lot more stable when I don't. Not only that, but I think taking away that element of thinking about the blipping is actually enabled me to focus on the brakes a little bit better in this car. You can hear it though, it's got an auto blip on it, you can actually hear it when I shift down. So I'm actually blipping, the car's blipping, and I think it's causing instabilities. And that could be the reason I've been struggling for the last 50 odd minutes. But we'll see. This was a shock to me actually. Like, going from this, the Mazda, to this is a massive step up. I mean, obviously, you're talking about an MX5 to a GT3 car, but it requires a completely different, like, driving style. This is more akin to Formula One, which I'm used to, like from everything I've raced at before, like before coming over to the MX5s. But it's mad because, like, I've been conditioning myself not to drive like a Formula One car. So now I've got to kind of undo all that, like, mental process I've been doing in my head, actually get back onto it. Which is, yeah, it's bizarre. But yeah, we're going to be out of time here, so we've been at this for an hour. Lap times have massively improved. I have got a little bit better at the lap. Well, fastest lap was a 2:22.648, which is under the benchmark of the average time, but we're just not quick enough at the minute. All right, so this is session 2. We've had a break, we've hydrated. I'm ready to try and kick this thing in the nuts.
Overall, Session 2 was an improvement from Session 1. For a start, we actually put together 3 consecutive laps and put a benchmark time on the board. The time we currently set was a 2-minute 22.782. Almost 2 seconds above the benchmark we still needed. The fact that we'd just simply been able to put 3 laps together was a massive improvement, but we were starting to really hone in on this track. There was still a lot that we needed to understand about the car though. At this point I was still struggling turning into slow corners, and I felt like the back end was moving around a little bit too much. What I did realise at the time was I really needed to be fully off the brakes before I turned in. I felt like at multiple times I was turning in while I was still applying the brakes, and I had too much brake applied. My trail braking potentially needed a bit of work, but all in all I needed to cut that out straight away. We soldiered on to the end of the hour session, and then we decided it was time to have a break. We'd done almost 2 hours around this track now, and I think it was time to move on to something else. So we jumped in the MX5 and did some racing around Brands Hatch. However, at the end of that session, I kind of wish I hadn't bothered because it was really disastrous, and all I was thinking about now was jumping back in that Lamborghini and trying to smash that target.
What do we actually need? Let's look. Oh man, we need to be under 21. So we still need to find about 2 seconds a lap. That's insane.
Session 3 was a much shorter session, and I didn't actually record any of the footage from it. The session lasted about 30 minutes, and we managed to take another half a second off our best time, bringing our average lap time now down to a 2-minute 22.248. We still needed to find another 1.25 seconds to be under the benchmark time. But what I hadn't realised in the first 2 sessions is that I should probably try and apply a setup. So in this half an hour session, I started to play around with some setups, and it kind of did make a bit of a difference. I could feel like the car was more responsive on turning, and it wasn't so snappy on the brakes. So this was a massive step forward in terms of reaching the goal.
I don't know how much more I can do there. It's like, again, I was watching the videos and they were breaking the white line just after the, like, signage strut, I guess you'd call it. And they were breaking like that white line, but I had like full pressure there and I still wasn't able to slow it down, so. Losing the back end, I think I am massively overheating the rears, but I think I'm turning in before I'm off the brakes, and it's causing the back end to step out in this car. Temperatures now. Man, it's floating again. Yeah, I was really struggling with the back end. I'm not a fan of this setup. I'm going to go back to pits, and we're going to put the other setup on, I think. 19 setup. I just don't know, it was good initially, but then, I don't know, I just lost my confidence, and it just seems too floaty. Let's try and brake a little bit earlier here. Oh, quicker. 22.0. Still have sausages. There's a new best average lap for us. Woo, yes, we're in the 21s, 21.9. 9/10 of a second to find over our average lap now. We've already found 3.35 of a second. All right, let's come down another 10th. Alright, that's done it now. Got suspension damage, but we're not going to have enough fuel now to build consistent laps. So back to the pits, get the damage fixed. And we go again. Good lap. Six and a half tenths is all we need to find. We've found half of our goal. (21.1). We are 2 tenths away. Oh, that's not good. Come on. We're so close. 600ths of a second. The last lap because of petrol, because of fuel. Come on. Keep it together. No! I had to say it, didn't I? Oh. 0.063 of a second. That is devastating. Woo. But there we are. Our timer's updated. We are in position 760. There are 759 other drivers who have got their Pro AM license. And the quickest guy who doesn't have Pro AM on WSS now. Run number 5 is going to be the lucky run. I'm calling it here. It's going to be the lucky one. Now ready to start. Run number 5. There it is in all its glory, though. 21.062. We need to find 600ths of a second. That is all. What a journey it has been, like learning the track, learning how the car drives. It's really good. I've really enjoyed it. I really have. The thing as well, like when I first started today, I couldn't string like 2 consecutive clean laps together. I think in that stint I probably had about 8 or 9. It's mental, like the journey. Woo! 20.5, holy crap! That's going to be invalidated as well. Ah! No. Alright, I'm going to pit. We're going to refuel. We go again. Well then. No, every time. Every time I get a great run, do I mess it up at the end of the Camel Straight? Unbelievable. All right, we are refueled again. Felt a nice and tidy lap, but we'll see. Was a very nice and tidy lap indeed. Holy crap. I'm disappointed with that. Yep. Every time I get an amazing lap. I mean, that 20.3. Even if I'd have hit a couple of low 21s after that, I mean, it would have still been enough. But I just always bottle it. I'm annoyed with myself. .2. Then again, my God, I cannot believe it. Like, you can't make it up, honestly. Scruffy. Very scruffy indeed. Still a 21-0 though, jeez. We've done it! We have done it. Oh my God, I was like, I saw the lap time of the previous lap and I just did not want to say anything. I just wanted to full on concentrate. To be fair, we smashed it. See if we can get 3 laps in the 20s. We did. Holy cow. We found 2 seconds tonight in 2 hours. I mean, considering, right, this has taken us the full second hour to get this average lap time down. I mean, just look at the average lap times there. They were 21s, mid 21s for a good part of that session. Can't believe it. This has been like the hardest I've ever worked for anything, I think, in a like racing environment. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. We did it. We didn't just scrape through it either. We smashed it by almost half a second. So guys, there we go. Our license has been upgraded to the Pro AM license. Congratulations. Now you are halfway through to becoming a pro. Access much more cars, series, and events with more serious grids and high competition. Build up your pace and driving skills, but don't forget the most important thing, respect others and drive safely. See tasks to upgrade to the next license here. Also, check out our WSS Racing License Guide for more details about the racing license system. Ta-da! We actually gained 5 safety rating points there as well. Yeah, we was on 22.1. So we've gained 5 safety points just for getting the Pro AM license. So now I don't know if we are going to get out of Pro AM license anytime soon. It's going to be a real grind to get there. We need to get a safety rating of 60, but we're almost halfway there to 60, so that's fine. We need to increase our pace rating to 1500. Currently, we're at 1264, and I've been having an absolutely torrid time in the MX5 the last couple of days, struggling around Brands Hatch. So, yeah, we need to pick up the pace rating if we can. And then we also need to do a hot lap in a Nissan Onroke DPI. The Daytona course. Okay, and we also need to do 2 endurance races. Okay, and we need an average lap time of lower than 1:35. So yeah, I don't know how I'm going to stand for endurance races and whether or not I'm going to be able to get any. I'd love to do an endurance race. I mean, to be fair, the way we've slogged this out today, we've been doing endurance races. We've done like, what, 4.5 hours around Spa today, which is pretty mad. We've done like 2-hour sessions back to back. So yeah, I could pretty much do an endurance race, just a matter of finding the time to do it. But what a journey this has been, guys. From starting out in the first session to not being able to put 2 laps together without going off track, to the end of the second session where we were able to put 2 consistent laps together without going off track. And then slowly building it up, we was able to keep it on the track more and more. Little mistakes crept in though, right at the key moments when we could have maybe finished this off earlier. But regardless of that, guys, we managed to hold out, learn a lot about that GT3 car, about how to drive it, which hopefully will come in handy in the future, but ultimately achieve our goal and get our Pro AM license. I really hope you enjoyed the journey and the progression in this video, guys. At times it seemed real bleak, but we got there in the end. All that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching, and until next time, see ya.